Everyone, and welcome to a Link to the Past Randomizer No Logic Tournament. We have two runners, Yoho versus Doomtap, and I'm Chex Human, and I'm joined by Twin. Hello, Twin.
Hi, Chex. How are you tonight?
Good, good. Whenever we're ready for the runners stream to switch. But in the meantime, our runners are off. And we have Doomtap starting from Link's house, Yoho starting from Sanctuary.
Looks like very different opening routes. So one thing I love about No Logic is the world is open, so you can go anywhere pretty much from the get-go. So there's no
Yeah,
real standard openers for this.
yeah, that's right. We learned that the green pendant is in Tower of Hera.
Good to get information. I'm seeing a couple of map pickups. I think Yoho picked up a map as well. Could be very wrong on that, though.
Oh, the
Ooh.
hammer's in Sanctuary chest. Okay.
Okay, Yoho's got that as well. Okay.
I missed the first sword, but it's really nice to be able to dash with a sword. We do have auto boots as well. So our runners automatically start with boots, and that makes it easy to do overworld glitches. We'll see a lot of boots clipping in the overworld.
Oh man, can you imagine trying to do citrus clipping
Well, I
all over the
can.
place like this? That sounds horrible to me.
But yeah, it does not sound like a good time.
Citrus clipping is the one where you're just like boomeranging and stuff, right? To try to get a pixel in, is that correct?
Yeah, anything to stop Link's movement is helpful for buffering single frame movements. But luckily, our runners won't have to do that very much, if at all. A lot of that depends on where the Moon Pearl is. So we may have some bunny navigation in our future, maybe not. Kind of depends.
So Yoho just did a clip to get into the Death Mountain Ascent Cave. It's a pretty easy clip. It was one of the first ones that I personally learned, and it's really fun to do. In fact, almost all the clips that I have learned are super fun to do, and I love them. But Yoho's going to pick up the old man in the dark and take him home, while Doomtap is heading down to do some CAC checks. We don't normally see CAC checks this early, do we?
We do. It just depends on the runner. It just depends. Because some see value in waiting for a bottle to turn into the sick kid or a flute or something like that. But it's oftentimes not worth the wait. And here we have a moon pearl in Blind's hut for Doomtap. And Yoho finds in Hera the ice rod.
Which, that's only one of the 2 ice rods in the pool, correct?
Yeah, that's right. This is a double rod setting. So 2 ice rods and 2 fire rods are placed in the item pool, and that prevents any potential impossible seed from a rod landing on Trinex, for example.
Gotcha, because with no logic, the items really can be anywhere. There's literally no logic to how they're placed.
Yeah, exactly. No algorithm or anything. The big key of Tower of Hera is at the bottle vendor. That's pretty useful.
Other than that ice rod, I don't think Yoho has found anything of use up here. So it looks like they're gonna Are they clipping down to Graveyard Ledge here? If the boulders will cooperate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is. But he, for some reason, is finding the upwards teleport queue, not the downwards. And the upwards teleport occurs 8 pixels clipped into a diagonal, and the downwards is 9 pixels clipped in. And that wall in particular, these kinds of walls are not very common for runners to use. So Yoho might have just missed it or looked at it wrong or something.
The Light World queues are a lot more difficult than the Dark World queues, at least for me.
Yeah, that's true. And it kind of just depends on the slope, whether there are 2 vertical pixels or 3 vertical pixels that work. So there's a little bit less leeway. Yoho finally gets it. And so this is how he gets to Graveyard Ledge.
Meanwhile, Doomtap checked Magic Bat, which was just bombs, so both of them pretty set on bombs, which are an important thing in No Logic. You do use bombs a lot for door juking and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Door juking is an example of a transition corruption, something that's allowed in major glitches and no EG rules in particular. Doomtap gets an upward teleport to cheat at the race game, basically. Just a small key to Ice Palace, but why not pick it up?
I think we're gonna see Yoho checking Hobo here with a pretty nifty. I don't understand how this one works. You clip in, you fall in the water, and then you do like the same clip, and it tells puts you upward instead. I don't understand how that works, but
yeah, offhand, I also don't know how it works. Hey, the bow is here. That's nifty. At least one of the 2 bows. Meanwhile, Doomtap is on his way through Desert, and Desert is oftentimes a check right after Kakariko. All the overworld is essentially connected, and if the runners want to, they can clear out everything, anything that's adjacent to the other thing. Meanwhile, Yoho is swimming through the ground.
Damn swim for the win. Let's see what he gets in Ice Rod Cave. Also an incredibly fun glitch to do. Looks like Doomtap's setting up for a quadrant glitch to check the 2 items on the right side of Desert without having the key.
Right, so there's the broken transition. The transition kind of loops Link around, and then the next one makes him travel a whole super tile. And
unfortunately, these items are invisible, so we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait until he menus again to see if they were something other than like ammo or rupees or something.
Meanwhile, Yoho finds the big key of Desert Palace in the Waterfall Fairy. Yoho's got a lot of Light World keys at this point, I believe.
So Yoho did the Houlihan room because you get an automatically broken camera when you jump down to Graveyard Ledge.
Yes.
But it didn't give him enough money for Zora. So I don't know if he'll be going back to Zora anytime once he gets that money, because it is such a long check. Unless he might do a DMD from the Turtle Rock screen to get to there.
Yeah, even though there are multiple ways to get to Zora, some runners just might leave it forever. It kind of depends. So I'm not quite sure what Yoho will do.
I think he's going to get a sword in one of these 3 chests. I think that's where Doomtap got his sword. I could be wrong, though.
You are right.
Yep, there it is. Doomtap trying to clip around this rock instead of just going up and around, but the guard is not having it at all. Oh, checking the stun prize. Uh-oh. That didn't work.
Okay, yeah. That's a very common like temptation for overworld glitching. If that wall makes you think you can get over it, but you really can't because you get trapped on the hop. Oh my gosh, the green guard for Doomtap.
Meanwhile, Yoho's just casually dashing through the clouds, which apparently have water in them because he's splashing.
Yeah, that's right.
To check the East Death Mountain checks.
Yeah. So, good thing Yoho has a sword to make this nice and easy. Still has to be slightly careful here.
I didn't see what was in the damn chest, but Master Sword is a wonderful... Oh, excuse me, a wonderful item to have. Where did Doom get flippers?
Unfortunately, Yoho took a death on the red Tektite. It is... They can be somewhat unpredictable if you're not careful. And so for Doomtap's flippers, I believe it was Kakariko, but I could be wrong. So Yoho will probably run into them at some point.
Okay, so Doom's in Mini Moldorm Cave. Do you think he's gonna try the bomb juke to get to King's Tomb from here?
I think so. I think so Doomtap is a rather newer runner to this mode, but this is one of those things we do a lot. So I see that Doom has picked up on it. I've probably seen him do it before. And it's just for one check, it's just a kind of a shortcut. Okay, so it looked like Doomtap came out too far, unfortunately, and got locked out because of the auto door. So it had to save and quit. There's no way to get out of that. And any attempt to get out of it may result in a hard lock. So good thing Doom was careful there.
Yeah. So it looks like Doom is heading up the mountain now to join Yoho, doing that Death Mountain Ascent, or DMA, clip, which is really fun to do.
Yeah, the so-called new DMA, which is now 3 or so years old.
Yoho just picked up a bottle and silvers. Bottles are pretty powerful in this mode, aren't they?
Yeah, it's very valuable to find a bottle. It can be a Moon Pearl replacement, for one, but more importantly, it allows for dungeon travel. So using YBAs, our runners can travel from one super tile to another, and all the underworld is connected on one map, essentially. All the multi-entrance caves and dungeons are connected.
Yoho's just tracing Doomtap's steps here. So nothing new information-wise. I haven't seen a map check, so maybe they've only been getting Dark World maps. I haven't been paying attention that closely. What is Yoho doing? Why isn't he picking up that sword?
Oh, of course! This is great! This is Yoho's opportunity to dupe the sword. And he gets it. He gets a YBA. This is an overworld YBA. It will allow him to pick up this sword 2 times. So Yoho saved and quit there, which was not necessary, really. I'm pretty sure that he could simply transition away and then transition back to the screen. Regardless, he has just saved and quit and will return to the screen presently. And then he'll see the sword has upgraded itself. Of course, he has to drain the dam again.
well worth it to get that tempered sword, though.
Yeah, a lot of the time we see Doomtap's sidewalk entry into Moldorm is something I've not seen before. That's pretty funny. Taking advantage of pit state. And there's the tempered for Yoho.
There's the tempered for Yoho. That is interesting. I haven't seen that dupe before.
Yeah, I don't want to give misinformation, but the basic idea is that the YBA changes the screen ID so that when you pick up the sword, it doesn't mark it as picked up for that screen. And there's a little bit of corruption regarding the screen you YBA too. So runners have to be careful about that. But it's mostly harmless. So that's a green pendant for Doomtap. What's really valuable about clearing that dungeon is defeating Moldorm, because oftentimes runners will be traveling from one dungeon to another and they want to pick up a prize from that room. Okay, so Yoho picked up a rupee, or maybe, I'm not quite sure what that was in the chest. Yoho did get the juke to King's Tomb.
So, the fact that Moldorm is dead allows for crystal duping now. Is that what you were meaning?
Yeah, that's right. So, if it's too hard to pick up a dungeon prize from the dungeon that you enter, you can go to some other boss room to pick it up.
So with this mode, they have to beat all the bosses for the crystal dungeons and pick up their corresponding crystal or whatever, correct? Like
That's exactly right.
Okay. I was just wanting to clarify that.
And for short, we call it crystal bosses, where to beat Ganon, we have to collect all 7 crystals, and we have to defeat the bosses who guard those crystals. But we don't have to do them all at the same time. We can defeat a boss after picking up a crystal.
Okay. Yoho is doing a YBA in this doorway to get to Thieves Town, right?
Yeah, that's right. We'll see it in a few frames. There it is. So this is cave state. In other words, it's where we start from a cave and go into some other dungeon. And we enter cave state with 255 keys, or -1. Essentially, when we go into a cave, we have -1 keys, and with that value, our keys don't show up in the HUD. But it somehow, it essentially allows us to open all the keys in a dungeon when we approach from a cave state, which is pretty convenient.
We're going to see another cave state dungeon right here. Doomtap's doing Kiki Skip to get into Pod, which you rarely see Pod visited the first time in a normal dungeon state. It's almost always cave state in this mode because it just makes it so much easier.
And Bombos is in the shooter room. Yeah, you're exactly right. We never see Kiki.
Thank goodness, that monkey has taken more money from Link than it deserves.
So, another thing that's happened is that the sprites are despawned on Doomtap's screen, and that is because we've map wrapped. So when we travel from the bottom of the map, where the Spectacle Rock Cave is, to the top of the map, where Palace of Darkness is, all the sprites are no longer synced with Link. So Doomtap's found the lamp, which is pretty good. The lamp is good not just for dark rooms, but also for potential mislotting once they have enough items.
Please let's get the Samaria and the hook shot and all the goody goodies. Because I want to
Yes,
see
those
some
two.
of those big glitches.
Yeah, and hookshot especially is the most broken item for travel through this game. Another way of looking at it is that the cane is the most versatile broken item, but cane has competition now.
Did Yoho not reset the dungeon because of the conveyors were okay? Yeah. What is he doing?
Exactly. This is a route where Yoho can fight blind, and after the fight is done, no prize will drop. But Yoho used LSD blind to keep the door open. It's not just for swag. It also keeps the door open.
So after fighting him, he can just run out, reset the dungeon, and then run back in and collect the crystal or pendant, whatever it might be.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Yoho will clear the dungeon and run back in for that prize, and hopefully it'll be a crystal. Otherwise, that'll be kind of a wasted trip. But regardless, it's a dungeon clear, which is good. And in Pod, Doomtap has found 2 of the medallions, although I see even Quake on his tracker, so I didn't see where that one was.
Yeah, that one showed up after... I don't remember, but it was earlier, obviously. But other than those medallions, Pod doesn't have much either. It does have a bottle. No, he picked up that bottle up on Death Mountain. Sorry, my mistake. Oh, and since, an interesting thing on Yoho's side, since he entered Thieves Town from the Light World, he doesn't need Moon Pearl to do these Village of Outcasts checks because the world, he's in what's called Fake Dark World? Is that right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a neat advantage of going from one dungeon to another, is visiting the overworld screen where the other dungeon exits to. And that is particularly helpful on this screen. The disadvantage is that it's fake Dark World. So once Link transitions, the game recognizes that we are in fact in the Light World, and so the transition will take Link to a Light World screen.
Okay. And then we're doing Statue Drag on Doomtap side. So we can skip the back and just go straight to Helmet.
Oh, interesting. So Yoho does have the map. So we can see the P indicator showing the pendant prize. So
would you go and pick that up? Or would you just
there's really no there's no real incentive to go pick it up. So it just kind of depends what's next for Yoho.
Looks like he's gonna pass on picking that up and go do something else.
Yeah, the thing is, leaving this dungeon takes a little bit of time, and I'm not quite sure what's next. I don't know if he's done Kakariko Village.
I don't think he has. Meanwhile, it looks like Doomtap's getting the glitch here. No problem.
This is a really neat... Here. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah, it takes a lot of screen transitions to get to Helmasaur. And then once at Helmasaur, the boss music does not begin because of entering the dungeon wrong. Entering the room wrong, basically. And yeah, on Yoho's side, I was just impressed by that route. I thought that was pretty neat to just be on Village of Outcast screen, and then one transition later, you can just jump into the well.
Makes checking Kakariko pretty easy and not too time consuming if you're already in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, and the flippers are in Blind's hut. And so pot is a crystal earned for Doomtap.
And there's that moon pearl for Yoho. So it was in the back of Lion's hut.
Right. And it has not affected Yoho at all to not have that moon pearl. There's no particular advantage of having that at this point in the race.
So where is Doomtap going from here?
So Doomtap has pearl, and depends which way he wants to traverse the world. All right, so Doom learns of Thieves Town and sees crystals, or Meyer and TR are crystals.
Meyer can be tricky, although he has all the medallions, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you don't have the medallion for Meyer, it can be tricky to get in there in actual Meyer state, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's one of the most time-consuming dungeons if you don't have the medallion.
And the Turtle Rock medallion, we don't care because there's like 5 entrances we can clip into, and it's not that big of a deal.
Correct. And it can be useful to enter the front entrance sometimes, but typically it's not very important. And Doom is one of the only runners who likes to do a citrus clip on left-hand slopes.
I think he's mentioned that they're faster for him than Boots Clip, correct?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So Doomtap did a screen wrap scroll. I'm not sure what we're calling this, but it is basically a mirrorless way to get into Turtle Rock. The mirror way is commonly known as the mirror wrap. A much older method of getting into the laser bridge.
Nothing super interesting on laser bridge. Couple of keys, I think. An arrow and either a heart container or a heart piece. So nothing special.
Oh, Yoho has the desert big key and is able to open the big chest. With the desert big key, there is also a possibility of going to Thieves Town, but that Yoho's already cleared it, so we won't see that.
Looks like Doom's gonna do a Death Mountain descent here. Yeah.
Yep.
This could be the village play for him. Maybe check Cape and Skull, the Cape Ledge, and then Skull Woods as well.
Yeah. I'm curious if he'll go to Skull Woods. Oh, I see. So that chest had the Quake medallion.
Okay.
And the blue boomerang.
There it is.
Huh.
So since
now
you
we know.
had that key, can you not use that key in another dungeon? Or was it just...
Yeah, that's a one-time use. But it is valuable to have that door open because that door might be used to get into Swamp Palace, which is one screen to the right. So it can be a pretty useful door to have open. So the gloves and the mushroom are in Skullwood so far.
Always check the front of Skullwoods. That's the lesson here.
Never skip Skullwoods, as a wise man once said. And we'll see if Doomtap goes to the Gibdo room.
What is Yoho doing? He doesn't have any fire. Why is he... Oh, no.
So
You can't bomb juke to Lamo, can you?
a common way to get to the Landmo is with the spin YBA. And this skips the key and fire requirement.
Okay, and
So-
it's in this door.
This door.
Yeah.
The Popo genocide room. So what we'll probably see is if Yoho got a green potion, then this transition sets up a value that makes it so the screen graphics won't corrupt. And otherwise, in other words, Yoho will preserve the graphics by going up through that.
No
Screen
VRAM
transition.
Lamo then?
Okay, first of all, we will see VRAM Ranmo because he doesn't have a green. Or the mirror.
Hooray for not knowing exactly what's going on the screen.
Right, it's the pixelated Landmo fight.
He just got a 1 cycle with silvers in VRAM Lanmo.
Wow, way to go.
That is impressive. I will give him that.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That was really neat.
And it looks like it was a crystal. Because we got that slight animation of the whatever it was he was holding rising up, so...
I am not sure about that. I tend to think that what we saw was a save and quit from the boss room. Am I wrong?
Okay, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. The book. There's a couple of hard lock checks with the book that Doomtap
Yeah,
can
that's
look through
exactly
now.
right. No other item can reveal what the tablets lock.
Ooh, a Meyer play. We love to see Meyer. And it's the Quake, so even if Yoho doesn't find those other ones, he can get into Meyer, no problem.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Not sure what other value is found in Palace of Darkness for Doomtap, so... well, regardless, Yoho will be finding similar... We'll be using his time in a similar way.
So, how thorough are you in Meyer right now? Do you check the cutscene chest?
If it were me, I would. Doomtap might. I'm not totally sure of his playstyle.
Checking the cutscene chest makes it easier to clip back to Hera and then go to Swamp, right?
Yes, but for Doomtap, it might not matter because he can citrus clip so quickly.
Oh yes, yes. I forgot about that.
But what Twin is referring to is a bomb clip. For some reason, we have to move the moving wall, and have that cutscene to allow a bomb clip to function. Strange property of moving wall rooms. Oh my gosh, Doomtap did things a little bit out of order. Okay. We're skipping left side for now.
For now. Maybe he's just coming over here to check this one chest. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Looks like he's going back. Yeah, he's going back.
It's one thing I love about no logic is it's not easy to know what a runner is going to do. There is a meta of many plays, but there's no one right way to do things.
Oh yeah, and it can look like they're setting up for one thing, and it can be something completely different. It's such a great mode to watch. I've learned a lot just by watching, even though I know next to nothing about a lot of these glitches. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so we are seeing a full clear from Doom. Not sure if he has the Meyer big key.
You know, it does my heart good to see somebody of Yoho's caliber struggling a little bit with that bomb jump, because it is like my bane in this dungeon as an any percent runner.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a hard trick.
It's a hard trick.
One
Even when the floor isn't falling, you can still struggle with setting it up.
And one thing that people were discussing lately is that they were surprised that getting into major glitches is not any harder than learning tricks that are already allowed in no glitches rando, such as diver down or icebreaker. It's pretty accessible if anyone wants to get into overworld glitches, for example.
Yeah, there's a lot of good resources out there to help you learn those glitches, for sure. I've used Malmo's, a lot of the resources that Malmo has to help me learn the different glitches. And some of them, they're easy enough if you understand the game, even just a little bit, to just learn them over text. Doomtap just did what we mentioned earlier. He went from Mire to Hera to Swamp. And
yeah, exactly. And Doomtap had to stop to think, which is really important because Doomtap has to know before picking a direction, essentially, whether he has hammer, whether he has flippers. And so this is an interesting crossroads. So yeah, Doomtap is doing a diver down just to save a key, essentially. And otherwise, he's simply unlocking Swamp and searching items. It seems that Doom and Yoho both have a small key to Swamp Palace, but it is helpful to have it already open, regardless.
Now, is the C that we're seeing up in the corner, is that Myers crystal information?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought we're still in Myers state.
Yeah, exactly.
But once he exits, he's going to be in... If he were to go back in, he would be in Swamp. But where he doesn't have the mirror, he can't flood that right now.
Right. That's right. Meanwhile, a Helmosaur play for Yoho.
We do see that Swamp is a crystal from that map check. It's a red crystal. Not that that means anything, because we can just swim into the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, that's right. We can swim into the Pyramid Fairy's cave. Okay. Blue mail to red mail, all in Hype Cave.
Yeah, you really don't want to see the mail upgrades too much in this, because without the mirror, you do Death Warp a lot more. And with red mail, that just makes that more difficult.
Helma's down for Yoho. Alright, Doomtap's taking advantage of having gloves. getting the 3 fast items back of escape. The cane is here.
Oh, we can start seeing some fun glitchy things now.
So, interesting. I wonder if Doomtap wanted that caner earlier for any particular reason. But regardless, he has it now. And will be interesting to see what the next play is. I'm not sure if he's going to Potion Shop or maybe an Eastern Palace play or both.
Yeah, it might be both. Can't you clip from this screen down to the Eastern Palace area?
Yeah, exactly. And Yoho has info on Ice Palace, which is a pendant.
Yoho will stay away from that as much as possible, I think.
Exactly. And so now, at this point, Yoho should know what all the pendants and crystals are. I'm not sure if Doomtap saw Ice Palace before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Doomtap has. But he does know at least 2 of them. Where is... Oh, Yoho's gonna do the... Excuse me, the bumper ledge and into the Skullwoods play, it looks like. And, yep, Doomtap is here in Eastern. He's gonna do the citrus clip to screen wrap, or map wrap, I'm not sure what this one is, to get into Eastern.
Yeah, screen wrap. All right, so first play for Doomtap is the wrong door. So
Oh, it's our first STC.
well, it's
go.
another bomb juke, really. It's just a door juke.
Oh, well.
Sorry to disappoint, but simply put, Doomtap is juking the transition and then walking into it from the wrong side.
Oh, that's to get to this chest here, which it's
yeah.
a bullet.
So that's all for Doomtap. Not sure if he planned that out in advance or just wanted to do that trick and go from there. But meanwhile, Yoho is waiting for the hand.
Yeah. Since he was in that weird wrap state, the enemies weren't touching him, so he would have had to use like all of his bombs to death warp, right?
Yeah, like for example, if he has 6 hearts, it would take 24 bombs for a death warp.
Okay, yeah, so there's like no way he could have death warped out of there to start over at the beginning of the dungeon, so that save and quit was like his only way out of that screen.
Exactly. Runners, if they want to get that chest first, they will need a death warp or a mirror or the big key. And if they have a big key, they can transition, and the trap anti-fairies can cause damage.
Oh, okay. Did Doomtap just skip right side?
Did Doomtap skip right side? Interesting. I think
there's
you
a
might be right
mythical.
about that. Okay, Doomtap is setting up a death warp here, and it's because he wants to delete the big key door. And so he needs to touch this big key door, and now we'll see an STC. This is a West Samaria.
Okay, this is one I'm not super familiar with. And also, I don't know much what the difference between an STC and a bomb juke is. So, I don't know if you can explain that, or if it's one of those things that they're just different. Just accept the fact.
I can give a very cheap explanation, which is that the Cane of Samaria allows you to change your room ID without leaving the room. So there are also multiple effects that occur when that happens, like data writing. And West Samarias are particularly strange, and they affect doors. and door timers. So essentially, a Westamaria can allow you to open a key door in the room that you're in. And so that's what Doomtap did.
Now, why is that?
And there's a lot of rules.
Why is that
Sorry.
chest filled again?
Why is it filled again? Because that's part of the data writing situation or data spoofing.
So that's how
Not
you
sure
do
which it is.
certain chests?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you use an STC in the direction of a screen, you copy the data from the room you're in to the direction that the door is going into. So basically what that means is Doomtap copied the chest closed state, or in other words, no chests open, to that compass chest. So it reclosed that chest.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And yeah, that's one way of duping the contents of that chest. If we wanted to.
Obviously, it wasn't something he wanted to do because he just walked right on past that one.
Right.
Ganon's Tower small keys aren't super important because there's ways to get around Ganon's Tower without a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yeah,
you
it's
can
nice
clip
to
the
have one.
top.
What did you say?
You can clip to the top, right? Like into the room below Moldorm, so you can check those chests. You can skip right to Aga 2. I know there's a lot of shenanigans you can do with... there's so many shenanigans you can do with GT.
So, interesting Doomtap. We've seen Doomtap set his index in the past, and he just did it again, which is interesting. Not totally sure what that's in preparation for.
Maybe it's just habit?
It could be. It could be. Or it could be something funny, like Overworld Conveyor.
Ooh, we haven't seen one of those. At least I haven't seen one of those this tournament. Where are we going here? Skullwoods was a crystal. Oh yeah, we know that. We know that.
Yeah, the main thing is whether Doomtap gets the Ice Palace map, and he didn't get it, which is interesting. I'm not sure how he's going to narrow down the final pendant, or if he has enough information already.
I think he has enough information.
There's so many maps in this.
Yeah, there's so many maps. It's hard to keep track, honestly. Here he goes with some more of those citrus clips. I'm not sure. Oh, is he checking? No, he's walking past.
I like that clip.
He must be doing the backup desert, yeah. I thought he might check the checkerboard cave there.
Yeah, this looks like a Lammo play for Doomtap. And yeah, I like that desert clip a lot, the Overworld clip. It was found during a time where a lot of people were running Master Sword RMG. In other words, a speed run to get to the Master Sword using Overworld glitches and Underworld clips.
I've actually thought about picking that up. Not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh! Did Yoho get trapped? I don't know why he got trapped there. I guess the bomb clip didn't go correctly.
So Doomtap's doing the YBA into Lammo as well, using a red potion. So yeah, we've got the VRAM corruption. Doomtap does not have the silvers though. At least. So he's trying to do bow Lammo. I think.
Right.
No, there's flashes.
But
okay.
Yeah. I think he's got tempered sword, right? So it won't be too bad. What was really
on Master? He didn't
And
keep the sword like Yoho did.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he's using spins regardless, because the spins will do arrow damage. And what a mess. You can kind of see the worm appear as a series of textures, just based on
That's about it. You just get
the
a
shape of
vague general shape in VRAM.
yeah. And that's all hurt boxes are, right? They're just big rectangles and squares.
Big squares. Are we gonna see a hover from Yoho here? Maybe?
That's what I expect.
So close. So with the VRAM, I saw that Doom did a hard reset after that save and quit. Is that required to get the correct?
Yes. To restore the graphics, a hard reset is required, or a soft reset. In other words, using the reset button. Yoho finds the gold sword. That is kind of funny.
Doomtap just stocking up on everything in there. That shopkeeper just had the best sale day of his life.
Oftentimes we see no logic runners go to the pond of happiness to increase their bomb capacity, but Doomtap did not do that.
With the Samaria, you can use that instead of bombs though, so it's kind of... Is it pointless or no?
I'm sorry, I was totally distracted by Yoho finding the hookshot in the hookshot cave.
Oh, he found the hookshot in hookshot cave? I missed that. What is Doomtap doing?
Doomtap has had very rough BMOS RNG and has taken his health down to 1 heart.
Is he gonna death hole to Argus?
Yes.
With no hookshot?
That's exactly right. And one advantage of approaching Argus from another dungeon is oftentimes the camera will be unlocked. And when the camera is unlocked, it's easy to, or relatively easy, to despawn the puffs. And so the Argai will be off screen and Argus will jump into phase 2. So Doomtap is setting up North Samaria here. This changes the room ID. It also creates holes. So there are invisible holes in the floor. And so Doomtap will now set up a position to where he hurts himself with a bomb and falls through a hole at the very same time. He gets a fairy revival as a result and warps to the top of the screen and navigates until he reaches the Argus fight. And so without the hookshot, he's going to try to drag Argus to the top of the screen. And so it's tough to move Argus with this particular route, but we got him. So, yeah. All right, so
the bad thing about doing this is those puffs still do damage, right?
Yeah, so Doomtap has red mail, and this isn't a big deal, but it is annoying with Master Sword. Meanwhile, Yoho is setting up a hook push. He's got hookshot, he's got the lamp, and...
This is a stuck push, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a variant of a hook push. And what stuck push means is Yoho has got a stuck hookshot on the screen. So now Yoho is modifying what's called the hook slot, and it's gonna change the way the hook shot pushes Link. And he's got it. That's a very advanced technique. So that's a fast way to Armos Knights. So Yoho
Very
saves
nice.
a lot of time on Doomtap's clear of Eastern. And we're going to see a lot of time saves on Yoho's side. And lots of neat tricks like that. Yeah, and so another question that Tam has in chat is what Yoho did to set his search index. And I mentioned that lamp is an easy way to do that, but Yoho may have used the powder because there are different controls for the search index, and powder sets a lower one. So the search index is what the game uses to look at ancilla, in other words, Link's stuff, and how to replace them, basically. And it's the setup for mislotting.
So Doomtap went and flooded the dam and did a save and quit, which preserves that flooded state, if I remember correctly. And then he's going into Hera, and then he's going to clip to Swamp, it looks like. I could be wrong, but this is what it looks like to me.
That is exactly it. That is the setup for a mirrorless Swamp. And yeah, so okay, I was just confirming that the gloves are in the compass chest of Eastern, which means that if Yoho wanted to upgrade and had not already found the gloves, then that could be duplicated, but that's not happening in this seed. Okay, so Yoho. Meanwhile, it's time for another stuck push, apparently.
Is this to go to the big key chest?
This is to go up. So Yoho, I believe, will let this north hook shot be the direction he wants to go. But he's run out of resources and can no longer do it. So that would have taken Yoho to Mire. In fact, the very entrance of Mire. But
what is Doomtap doing with this YBA?
Okay,
Where
so
are we going?
the mirrorless swamp clear here will just be for the crystal, and it's exactly the opposite of the Hera to Swamp clip because it's going back up instead of going down.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one before that I can remember. So this is one of those instances where since Moldorm is dead, the dungeon prize of Swamp, which he killed Argus in that death hole, is gonna drop in this room.
Yeah, exactly. So Doomtap has a full clear of Swamp, basically. Meanwhile, Yoho has 40 arrows and 20 bombs, I guess. It's pretty good.
No Zora trip this time.
No. No, in fact, neither runner has over 500 rupees, which is pretty funny.
Thankfully, this is not a YBA seed, or it shouldn't be a YBA heavy seed, at least on Yoho's side, because he does have that hook shot. And he's going to be picking up his cane right here. Now, Doomtap, on the other hand, hasn't found that hook shot, so he'll be relying on more YBAs than Yoho would, correct? Or am I completely
That's right.
wrong?
No, I think you're right. And I had forgotten that Yoho didn't have the cane. It was pretty clear because the cane would have been a much easier way to set up hook pushes. But yeah, Yoho thankfully remembered about the gloves and was able to pick up cane from back of Sanctuary.
we have not seen Bombo's tablet yet, so this is new information.
Yeah. So Yoho will go from green to red mail here. I forgot there's a shield too. So defensive. Oh, and here's a less common sight to see on Doomtap's side, a south teleport just to reach the portal.
I was thinking he
desert.
was going to do the map wrap to Ice Rod Cave.
Right,
But you
it
need the
looks
mirror
very
for that,
similar.
don't you? Or am I wrong?
No mirrors needed for
Okay,
the map
okay.
wrap. It's just a transition left with some hops. All right, so I haven't thought about what our runners need for go mode whatsoever, and our runners need to defeat Trinex in this seed, so they definitely need the fire rod. So it's a rod hunt for both of them.
At this point in the game, if they find flute, there's like little to no chance that they're going to activate it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So late in the seed, it's generally not worth it. All right, so Doomtap is back in Mire. Does this mean that he will be going to Vitreous? I wonder. Not sure of his plan to do that. I didn't see a big key. But if he doesn't have it, then he may be doing a series of 2 IBAs.
Well, he's acting like he has it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he has it.
Okay.
Okay.
Then he has it.
Easy peasy. But Yoho is going into Fishbone Room.
Yes. So, regardless of whether Yoho has it, this is a faster way to get to make progress in this dungeon. And this is very interesting to see both runners taking a different route. So yeah, Yoho gets a slot 9 block, and he gets a slot 0 beam, which sets his distance with the hook shot to be in that direction toward where he beamed. And there he goes. He gets the hook push.
And that was a hook push, not a stuck push.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's based on this Maria block usage.
So he's going to do another one right here to get past this big key door as well.
Yes. And this confirms that Yoho does not have the big key. Excuse me, I saw the big key in your inventory.
He's just showing off. What a showboat. Doomtap, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he set up AD Spooky and then didn't have the fire rod to do AD Spooky.
Oh, good catch.
I saw him throw a block off that bridge and I'm like, well, wait a second. That's not gonna work.
Oh my gosh, and his gold sword versus master sword. And silvers.
He did catch the ferry. He caught a ferry.
Okay.
So I think he was planning on this.
Good catch again. Wow, that is so interesting. So great to see Yoho zoom ahead with a hook push and then fall behind due to an unnecessary one.
Also, is there a way to the back of Skullwoods with this?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, the fire rod is otherwise locking basically 2 dungeons.
Yeah, conveniently, the back of Skullwoods is located just to the right of the map room. In other words, the main entrance.
Okay. Doomtap is going to GT, maybe?
Yeah, I think that is what's happening here. So yeah, Doomtap's set up for the GT clip. Goes for a sort of a citrus-based movement. There we go. Screen wraps, enters the front of G Tower. All right, so I don't think we saw the mummy room on Doomtap's side, so it will be interesting to see. Doomtap
Don't
skips
push the
cape.
statue, please.
Good
You have the Samaria.
He heard your telepathic message and made that switch. All right, hookless navigation for Doomtap.
I think Doomtap is a much stronger hoverer than Yoho is, although Yoho's no slouch at it. But I think Doomtap is a little bit stronger. And that mirror, is that going to help this late in the game? I mean, it might make some of the clips a little bit easier.
Yeah, it could help. Meanwhile, Yoho is an unfamiliar territory for me, so where he goes to next may be somewhat of a surprise. Zakat saying this push will take him to Swamp Palace. I have seen Yoho use Samaria to go from Skull to Swamp before, so
yeah,
no
I don't
surprise.
know that I can recall going from seeing going from Skull to Swamp.
Yeah, it's not common.
Okay.
I only see Yoho do it. Interesting setup for Yoho.
Yeah.
So he set a beam direction to downward, and he didn't want to place a barrier at the bottom, and he's got it. And so he beamed the Wallmaster just to block the beam, which is kind of neat.
Very
yeah,
nice.
This is a neat way to Argus. I've never seen this before.
Interesting. And so Yoho is technically still in Skull, so he's going to kill Argus, and then what is he gonna do? Is he gonna does Argus drop the price for Skull Woods?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And that happens because that's the dungeon that Yoho entered, and we are in a boss room. So any boss room will do, as long as we can defeat the boss or the boss is already defeated. So that's a fun one for the tracker. That is the Skullwoods crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shout outs to Drunk Future Self for tracking a no logic race, which is very difficult.
The true hero of the stream.
Yeah, exactly. And one of our no logic competitors.
Are we going to see a Tam Swam here to get to Pyramid
Oh,
Berry?
yes.
Oh.
That is a good question. And you're probably right.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore.
No,
Right,
you've got
Doomtap,
it.
meanwhile, is just continuing his clear.
Just a small key to Castle Tower. All right, Yoho's got it.
Has it. Yeah.
That is the Tam Swam, specifically, using a slope on the opposite direction of where he's going. At the beginning of the run, we saw a kind of slope clip that was in the same direction, and we usually call that Swimmy G.
Okay, so Yoho used Swimmy G to get to Ice Rod Cave, whereas this is Tam Swam to get to Pyramid Berry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Yoho, please.
Uh-oh.
That is
No.
that is
That's
a
a hard
letdown.
reset. So,
Yeah.
what is he lost?
I believe we lost that crystal.
I think so, too.
So I think that Yoho has to redo that, unfortunately. That is such a danger, and we've seen that in races before, And I had not seen that in the tournament till now.
Doom lost.
But yeah,
missed that bomb jump too. Sorry, continue.
What Yoho did was he approached a broken transition in the overworld, and glitch runners know not to touch that kind of transition, but on that screen in particular, it's really hard to spot it, and it's hard to tell that it's there, and that's because the screen is kind of symmetrical vertically, and so it's hard to tell that there's a transition. That is, that would indicate the screen wrapping on itself.
Doomtap failed the bomb jump to light the torches on the right side of GT. Do you think he might? Isn't there an STC or something to get to compass room from like this door over here?
That's exactly right. I wonder if Doomtap will do that.
It doesn't look like it.
Interesting. Going for Gauntlet and Upper GT. Not often seen in No Logic.
No, you usually don't see this at all. If they want to check the chests at the top, they usually glitch their way up there.
Yeah, usually we would see it from a Turtle Rock play.
And that's okay, because this is Doomtap, and he's an amazing runner, so this is going to be a treat, right?
Absolutely. And we can watch it as if we're watching an NMG, or maybe a low percent legacy NMG run. Of course, the item says. So there is one more sword that we haven't seen. So we saw Yoho go to Gold Sword, but one of them was duplicated at the dam. Wow, did you see that arrow shot?
I didn't. I missed it. I was looking down. Must have been a good one, though.
Okay, there's a...
Fire
wait a second.
is in the back of Skullwoods.
Wow!
That was a fire rod, right?
I think so. There it is. I can't believe it. You know what this means? It seems that the hard lock changed Yoho's route to come here. I might be wrong, but it seems like it did.
Yeah. And now he's in go mode, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's go mode for Yoho.
Is it wrong of me to want him to win so that there's a third game?
That's not wrong of you. To see more Doomtap versus Yoho? Who wouldn't want that?
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't? This has been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah, so after nice fight. The moth got away a little bit, but...
Oh no, Doomtap forgot about that he doesn't have a fire rod, so he lit the torches wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Been there. I used to do that a lot before I did any percent RMG where I just always have the lamp. All right, so Yoho cannot free himself here if I know the screen. And yeah, so Yoho could not free himself from the entrance of Skull Woods, and so has to save and quit to continue.
Just a useless Hyrule Castle map up here so far. We still have one more chest to check up here.
I kind of wonder if a mirror clip is possible.
A mirror clip to where?
To get out of the back of Skullwoods, like Yoho was.
I see. Do you think Doomtap's just gonna go ahead and beat Aga 2 from here?
Yeah, I think so. There's pretty much no reason not to do it.
Okay. Because I was thinking, oh, he's got to hover. He doesn't have the hookshot yet. He's got to go to Hookshot Cave. A sword
Yeah.
and his hookshot are in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that hook shot was a big advantage for Yoho.
Yes.
And so we really want to see Doomtap go to Hookshot Cave to stay alive here.
Maybe
But
after he gets done. Oh wait, no, he has to save and he'll be on the pyramid.
Right.
Hmm.
And yeah, second try hover is good for you. Doom gets only a useless blue instrument out of it. That's too bad. Yeah. Yeah. Did Yoho lose Meyer as well? Wow, I didn't notice that part.
Might have lost Meyer. Oh no. He got set back quite a bit then.
Yeah.
That is not something you want to see.
That's tough. It's hard to tell who has the advantage, so I'm just gonna not even think about it.
Yeah, with Rando, Rando will Rando, and I don't count winners until somebody crosses that bridge to the Triforce. So, oh, Doomtap didn't even clip out. No clipe. Come on, Doom.
No clipe. Pronunciation coined by Doomtap. I don't know if you can coin a pronunciation, but that's what Doomtap gave us. So Doomtap does not get the clip out, which saves a few seconds potentially.
Doomtap might check. Might do Tam Swam here.
Maybe.
Maybe since he's right here. Oh, kind of looks like it.
Yes. And hopefully Doomtap will not hardlock. Okay, Yoho. Again, Yoho has the big key. I don't think he knows. Because...
He's been in that menu so many times, though. Why is he... How would he not know? I think he just likes doing hook pushes and honk pushes and stuck pushes or skunk pushes, whatever he calls them. I think he just likes to do them. And so he wants to do as many as possible.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Gold Sword just makes Viddy ridiculously easy.
Silvers. Okay, so Doomtap's gotta be careful. Again, the camera has been unlocked, and we're seeing Doomtap push Link all the way to the bottom, and there we go. So what happened there was the camera was in a bad position, even on the pyramid screen, and so Doomtap was able to correct it on that screen by moving Link all the way to the bottom of the fenced-in area. And so once he moved to the right, we could see the camera lock, and he could transition safely.
Okay. So this looks like Catfish. There is a way to go from Catfish up to Death Mountain. Is that right?
Yeah, okay. Catfish DMA. No one does it except me, basically.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I mean, at least I'm not wrong that there is something there.
Yeah, exactly.
He has money to check Zora. Do you think he's gonna check Zora?
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right.
Waterfall Fairy. I don't think we've seen Waterfall Fairy. And here's Yoho doing another hook push to get to Argus. Is that right? Is that where this one takes you?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is pretty interesting to see Yoho change up the way he's collecting things. I can't believe he didn't get the push. Oh no. So after the hook push, Yoho needed to press up to kick Link down, but for whatever reason it got messed up and he got stuck in the wall.
Aw, Zora with a useless map.
Dang. So Doomtap does not have to find the same solution as Yoho. There's another fire rod out there. So it could be interesting to see Doomtap find some other fire rod.
But at the same
quickly.
time, we really want him to go up Death Mountain, go to Hookshot Cave. We like
Yeah.
really want him to do that.
Yeah, that would
He
help
be
so much.
so much happier if he would just do that. Where is he going with a potion? And
I am afraid it may be well to Ice Palace.
no, Doomtap, no, don't do it. Oh no.
Yep. So this YBA takes us north to Ice Palace. I forgot who coined it Carpet Palace.
I can see that. Oh my gosh. That's funny. All right, Yoho's trying this hook shot again, or hook push. These Pengators with Master Sword. Blarg. A useless big key.
Since we're in the a cave state, we could opt to mirror block erase to save time, but it doesn't really do too much. All right, Yoho gets to kick downwards and collects the crystal.
All right, Doomtap's just gonna reset the dungeon here. Will we see a lobby clip? No.
It
Is lobby
kind of
clip allowed?
depends. Well, I'm sorry.
Is lobby clip allowed?
Yeah, yeah. There would be no reason to disallow it. I think. It kind of just depends on. Yeah, it kind of depends on the runner. So, Doomtap went into that room to collect a key, but it wasn't really necessary. It's just in case.
And since he has Red Cane, we're going to see Icebreaker. It's going to be fairly close to what you'd see in like a regular rando for routing.
Yeah, from this point, yeah. Alright, what else does Yoho have to accomplish?
Is he gonna do a death hole now too? I'm confused, but we picked up the Swamp Palace crystal.
Okay, so Yoho has to beat Argus. I couldn't remember. Right. He picked right. So, he needs to defeat Argus again, basically.
Okay.
Because we Yoho defeated Argus in Skullwood State previously, and he lost that crystal, and he lost the boss, which is interesting. So that's the boss kill is essentially there's no real way to track that. It's just a race goal. And the idea is we have to have the item that the boss drops for a valid run.
Okay. Sounds good. Meanwhile, I don't think Doom has found anything yet in Ice Palace that has been worth it.
We really want Fire Rod. That's all we want to see here.
And even a big key of Turtle Rock is nice, but it's not really required because there's YBAs and hook pushes and stuff to get past at least the room into Trinex, or the door into Trinex. I'm not sure about the other door.
It's kind of interesting because it could lead Doomtap toward Turtle Rock and may or may not lead him to Hookshot Cave.
Okay, we can hope. Here's best case scenario for Doomtap. He goes to Turtle Rock, hits Hookshot on the way, and then finds a Fire Rod in Turtle Rock. That can happen.
It can
Please
happen.
Let it happen. Doomtap, please.
Yeah, one thing I forgot about, and Tam noticed it, which is Yoho lost red mail. So Yoho did not go back to Hype Cave for that small shield. And
he will. Nope.
Makes sense.
So if I'm looking at the tracker right, Yoho just has Turtle Rock to do. And then he can go do Aga 2 and beat the pig. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So, looking to see what Yoho's doing here. He set his index high, and he picked up a slot 9 bomb, and
he's
Yoho
doing
got overworld conveyor. That's right. Now, Yoho got a downwards conveyor. Is that what he wanted? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure of his plan here.
Oh, and there's that.
Usually, we want the downward conveyor from the upper section. And I'm not sure why he jumped down. So, well, yeah, there we go. So Yoho placed the bombs more quickly this time, and that gives him an upward conveyor. The timing of the gap between the oh wow. I didn't expect this movement on Yoho's side. That was pretty neat.
All right, where is Doomtap going from here? Is he gonna go check the front of Escape? No.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, where is he going?
Yep, it's a front of Escape play.
You don't see it very often. Meanwhile, yeah, Yoho's setting up that hook push, honk push, stuck push to get to China.
Yeah, it is a stuck push. So this is an OA stuck push. All right, so there we go. Yoho set a very long direction for Link based on a northwest boomerang throw. And it pushes him completely over the gap.
So, do you think Yoho will just, can Yoho just come back in and then do the quadrant glitch lava dive in that first room? Oh, there's the other ice
my
rod.
Gosh. That is so funny. So we did get an ice rod to land on Trinex in this tournament. So the other ice rod was hard required. Yeah, so it's time for the quadrant glitch for Yoho. A downward press and just to kick Link back into where he can enter Turtle Rock.
Push down to go back.
Up. So Yoho will need a quadrant glitch here, stopping on the tracks to buffer just to the right place and release a spin. And he needs an STC, so a North Samaria here. Oops. Uh-oh. All right, we're gonna be falling a dozen times.
That's not good. What happened? Do you know? What went wrong?
I think that Yoho simply transitioned instead of doing the STC. So once Yoho gets the STC, then the transition should take him. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just not totally sure. But I think what happened was just that he missed the STC. So he'll go for it again here.
Meanwhile, Doomtap is doing the hour 30 play for Uncle.
This is so interesting because I don't know if we saw it on Yoho's side either.
We did because he did a YBA to Thieves Town from that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Yoho gets the wrong warp, and this takes him to Agatu, and we get Rainbow Link and Rainbow Aghanim, and with Yoho Sprite It's just sort of a gray-green Link.
He's like a ghosty Link.
Yeah.
Looks like Doomtap is setting up that YBA too. Oh, and the Yoho doesn't get the Clipe either. What is wrong with these two runners?
No.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, so Thieves clear for Doomtap won't lead to anything, unfortunately.
Invisible item.
Yeah, an invisible
yeah.
item that we know is not the fire rod.
Yeah. Yoho just has to 6 slashes for first phase, 6 slashes for second phase, and 4 silver arrows. I mean, this is going to be a really quick Ganon fight here.
Yeah.
Unless he lags horribly like this, Doomtap might be able to catch up. That looked like some horrible lag, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we only saw the one fire rod, correct? So there is
Correct.
another one floating around somewhere. And it's not an ice palace. It's gotta be an overworld check. Or the second chest in Aga Tower, which I don't think we had the key. No, Doomtap checked them both. So it's not that. Huh, I wonder where it is.
Probably left side swamp.
Probably. And that's GG for Yoho. GG's.
All right, so that is a win for Yoho and a forfeit for Doomtap.
And that means we get to see a game 3. So excited.
That's a good thing for us viewers. So there we go. Hopefully our runners will get an interview invitation. That was a great race.
It was really fun to watch. It really was.
Hello, Yoho. Congrats on the win. GG.
Hey, thanks, Jets.
Yeah, big congratulations. I have a small bone to pick with you. Couple
what's
of
up?
small things. One, how come there was no Clipe?
I tried. I thought I got 5 pixels, but it was not 3 and it was not 5, so I couldn't get out. So
disappointed. And 2, how come you did the hook pushes to Vidi twice when you had the big key?
did I have the big key? I don't have it tracked, so
You had the big key, it was in your menu. And you opened your menu like 50 times in Mire.
I mean, there's like 14 things down there, and I never look at it unless I'm specifically looking for a key.
Well, it was entertaining anyway.
Yeah, it was really funny the first time where you and Doomtap both happened to be in Misery Mire, and you stormed ahead based on the fishbone hook push. And then you slowed down based on the second one. But then you stormed ahead again because you're on Gold Sword versus Doom's Master Sword, Silverless.
I had never done an overworld dupe, so I was just like, I'm gonna go for it, and got the tempered, so that was real cool.
Okay, that's great to hear that was your first overworld dupe. As far as I'm aware, the transitions are very safe to use. So if you wanted to, after picking up the first item, you can simply transition away and then back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was really confused when you went to the edge of the screen after seeing the sword, and I'm like, where is he going? Why didn't he go pick that up? But then Chex corrected me, so. Hooray.
Why is my co-commentator so excited?
Huh? What?
That's what you were thinking, right? And then I explained it.
Yeah. For sure.
GG Doomtap, welcome. GG on that race. Sorry you did not find the items.
Yeah,
Hey,
GG's
thanks.
doing.
GG's. Yeah, so I obviously still don't know where the fire rod was. And aside from that, I felt like I didn't get a lot of opportunity to do much of anything. Like, I don't know if that was the same for Yoho, but I was doing a lot of things close to vanilla.
Yeah, there was a hookshot cave hookshot, first of all. And then there was a back of Skullwood's fire rod.
Yeah, I had 2
Oh.
bottles pretty early on, so I was just like, all right, well, this is how we're going to do things. And just started doing YBAs. But then I got stuck in mire, and then I was like mad. So I just saved and quit and went to Hookshot Cave and hovered it and got the hookshot.
Yeah,
Then
I guess
got King.
I guess the hook shot would have helped me. I only had the 1 bottle the whole time, but I'm not sure how long it would have taken me to get to the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd find another solution to the seed, but it just wasn't happening.
No, I'm very curious as to what the solution is.
Yeah, where
If
the
there
other
is
fire
one.
rod was would be interesting.
And there was a hard lock on Yoho's side. Can you walk us through that, Yoho? I already explained the camera unlock part of it.
Camera, I don't know. That happens to me sometimes, and I just need to start, like, every time I do the swim, I'm just going to transition down, like, afterwards, just because I didn't realize that I was about to hard lock. So, yeah.
Chad is saying that the other fire rod was on shovel, according to the credits.
Where is the
Oh my
shovel?
gosh. Oh, that's right. We get that answered. Yeah, where's the shovel?
That didn't help me.
Well, how does it feel to be the first set of contestants in this tourney to go to game 3?
I'm really surprised that I won the first game, and it was pretty close. And I was expecting to lose, so this is okay, I guess. I don't expect to win the 3rd game, but we'll see what happens. I could maybe fluke another win.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't feel like my execution was right, considering that I hard locked and lost like 5 or 10 minutes of doing stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully, 3rd game I get it together and everything goes okay.
Yeah, we were totally nice to both of you. There's no need to rewatch this at all. Just take us for our word. It was a great race, and we were totally nice.
Hey, I did a bunch of cool stuff, man. I enjoyed the dumbest hook push where I beamed the hand and then hook push to swamp. That was fun.
That was pretty
I
good.
caught that, yeah. And Zakat, the criticisms came from chat. They didn't come from us necessarily.
Well, maybe a little. Not checks. Of
Yeah,
course, 'cause
Zakat
Chex is so
passes.
nice,
Zakat passes the barrier based on Link's position, I suppose. But yeah, I like that a lot. 116 collection rate for Yoho.
I mean, I lost like 20 items probably.
Including the 2 armor upgrades in Hype Cave.
That was helpful though.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to kill Argus twice
Yep. And Viddy twice.
and Biddy twice.
Oh, did you?
Boggers.
Okay, here's the crux of this seed. Did your route change, and did you go to Back of Skull Woods because of the hard lock, or was that on the
Yes.
docket for you?
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
would have gone to the Back of Skull Woods eventually anyway. Probably like before I went back to Swamp to get the prize. But yeah, I mean, at that point when I hard locked, I knew that nothing in any of the stuff I checked was worth a crap. So I was
Right.
out. I was going to do something else.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, any other thoughts on the seed?
Bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but I got the stuff, so
True. All right, well, thanks to you both for racing. Thank you, Twin, for co-comming. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Chex,
Uh,
for agreeing to do this with me. I appreciate it.
And thanks, DFS, for tracking. Thanks, Speed Gaming, for hosting.
yeah, thanks everyone.
Final thoughts, Twin?
I just can't wait for the next race between these two. And again, thanks to everybody who helped put this on. Thanks to the runners for agreeing to do it. I know it's a little bit late for Doomtap, so thanks for staying up past your bedtime. I appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we get to see a lot more from these two.
See you next time.
Have a great night, everybody.